The Haunted Hand. Once it was taught to murder, and now that was all it knew how to do. Famous mystery story writer, blah blah blah, the alert for possible blah 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 search often led to blah blah blah. And now the bidding will start on the effects of the late Madame Lee. Perhaps some of you knew the famous proprietress who practiced her sorcery right here in this very shop. Madame Lee dead. I didn't know that. Frank Fay well remembered the unusual collection of charms and oddities that once graced this shop. Indeed, it was this very fact that brought him there that evening. For instance, there was the hunt. I bid $5 for that hunt. $5? Do I hear more? Who will bid more? Guess you are the only bidder, sir. You know of its background, no doubt. Belonged to Bloody John, I understand. Bloody John? Eh? Bloody John, thief and murderer, executed a century ago. Think I'll look up his history and see if I can wangle a story out of it. Of course, I didn't have to buy this hand just to do that. Guess it was a foolish purchase. Most of my friends will shiver to look at it. Now that gives me a very funny idea. I could use this hand in place of that broken knocker. I'm going to have a party tomorrow night, Bloody John, and you are going to shake hands with my guests. If they can stand the ugly side of you, I think you make a very clever door knocker. The unusual was expected of Frank Fay, but the sight of his gory new door knocker created a horrifying sensation among his guests the following night. Darling, it's not at all funny. It's terrifying. Please take it down. You are all a pack of sissies. Come, I'll show you something. Please, Frank, don't. This hand has been dead for a whole century. Look, if I burn it, doesn't it move? Does it move? It is just a mummified hand, that is all. But it's not right to make fun of a dead hand, no matter how old it is. Why don't you get rid of it, dear? I love you, Jill, but sometimes you act a bit dull. Now forget the hand and let's have some fun. If Frank Fay noticed that the evening was strained and his guests uncomfortable, he never bothered to show it, even when they departed earlier than usual. So long, folks, come again. And another thing unnoticed The last slam of the door wrenched the hand loose from the inadequate nails, and it fell free to the forge. Bah, even parties can get monotonous. Out go the lights and go to bed. Throughout the night, Frank Fay slept soundly without another thought of the hand or its ugly past dreadful present or terrifying future. It wasn't until the next day that he knew anything was amiss. My novel, Great Scott, someone's been tampering with it. They've changed the plot. I never wrote that. But who? The Hunt? It's gone. But that's incredible. Someone stole it. I mustn't let my imagination run away with me. No one will steal it. They were all afraid of it. I must find it. It's got to be around someplace. Drat it. That must be Jill. She too was stopping to visit at a time like this. You'll have to turn the hand over to us, Mr. Fay. It's against the law to have such a thing in your possession for purposes of amusement. Amusement? The police were invited into Phil's home while he offered a flimsy explanation of misplacing the hand and a solemn promise to relinquish it when it was located, but after the authorities left. The contents of their pockets, the hand removed them, and we didn't even see it. I've got to find the monstrous thing before something more serious happens. Once again was the search for Bloody John's hand interrupted, this time by Frank Fay's fiancée, rather than alarm the girl with the news of the hand. He tried to avoid the subject. Frank, I insist on knowing where the hand is. Don't you see, darling? It's an evil hand. It's dangerous and I hate it. Are you going to be childish again, Jill? Forget the hand. The shrill signal of the phone chose the very moment to summon Frank from the room. Yes, officer, I know. Have the stuff. It's safe. No, I haven't. Something dreadful is going on about the hand. I know, I can feel it. Danger. No daring to speak too revealingly to the police in fear that Jill would hear, Frank cut the conversation short, but when he returned to the next room, No, I refuse to believe it. She can't be dead, but it's true. Jill. Help, police. There's been a murder. Help. It was too late to help Jill, but A deadly, earnest search began. Frank Fay led the police from room to room in a daze. Look at this room. The thing is wrecking the house. We must find it. Must. Not a sight of that devilish hand. This is the queerest case I ever heard of. I don't understand it. I can hardly believe my eyes. Why did I bring the hand home? What curse is on me because of it? Oh, Jill. I knew it. I next. Then who? The hand is a killer. Frantically, Fay showed the note to the skeptical police. Not only did they wonder about the bizarre case, but they were beginning to doubt Fay's sanity. See for yourself. I must have protection. It'll kill me for certain. It will kill me for certain. Stay with him a few hours, Mike. You'll be all right now. I'm armed, but be quiet for a while, will you, fellow? He doesn't believe me. None of them do. They probably think I murdered Jill myself. How can he sleep like that? If he only knew the hand like I do. Hand can't cry out, can't seem to move, like a nightmare. Oh, help me, someone help me. Even with his frantic struggling, there was no hiding the hand held over his face. Shutting off breath. Finally, Frank Fay's head was smashed against the marble mantle, and without a single cry, he sprawled to the floor inert, lifeless. But the hand spread in evil triumph, was unexpectedly swept downward by its victim's death fall, and licking flames leaped out, grasping, consuming, destroying, yet hardly audible in the room of shadows and doom.